Welcome back to my channel. Today we explore the value of specific coins, the most valuable Lincoln 1-cent coins value in market, and what you need to know to sell them successfully at auction. So let's get started. First up, the 1957D Abraham Lincoln. Wheat penny is one of the most commonly collected coins from the final years of the Wheatback series. And even though millions of people still find these pennies in old jars, inherited collections, or mixed lots, the value of this coin depends almost entirely on its condition. When a wheat penny from this year is in damaged condition, its price changes significantly, and that is what we are talking about today. Many people send pictures of their 1957D penny and ask if it is rare, if it is worth hundreds, or if damage actually increases its value. The truth is that understanding the market starts with understanding the coin itself, its mintage, and how collectors judge the condition of a circulated coin. The 1957D wheat penny was minted in Denver with a mintage of over 1 billion pieces, making it one of the most plentiful dates of the entire wheat penny series. Because of this huge production number, most collectors can easily find this penny in good condition for very little money. When a coin is extremely common, any damage on it brings the value down even further. And that is why damaged wheat pennies from this year usually sell for very small amounts. Damage on a coin can include many different things. Some pennies are scratched from years of circulation, some are bent or have rim dings from being dropped, and others have corrosion from moisture or chemicals. Sometimes the coin may have been improperly cleaned in the past, leaving the surface dull or unnaturally shiny. In some cases, people even try to polish the coin, thinking it will make it more valuable. But this actually removes the original surface and reduces the interest collectors have in the piece. When a coin has deep scratches, heavy discoloration, holes, bends, pitting, or any type of permanent surface harm, the grading companies and collectors both consider it damaged. Once a coin is placed in this category, it cannot return to a higher grade or better price range, no matter what is done. Today's market value for a damaged 1957D wheat penny is usually very low. Because the coin is common, collectors will only pay higher prices for well-preserved examples, especially those with original red color or those in mint state condition. For a damaged coin, the typical selling price is often between 1 cent and a few cents if the coin is heavily damaged. This means that the coin may only be worth its face value. If the damage is moderate, such as light scratches, uneven color, or mild corrosion, the value may go up slightly, but still usually stays between a few cents and a couple of dollars, depending on how the coin looks. In some rare cases where the coin is only lightly damaged but still visually attractive, a buyer might pay a few dollars, sometimes up to $5 or $10 if the seller finds someone who just wants the date to complete a set. But overall, the majority of damaged 1957D pennies on today's market sell for very low amounts. There are, however, some coins that can still have value even when damaged. If a 1957D wheat penny has a genuine mint error, such as a strong die crack, off-center strike, broad strike, or an unusual planchette error, collectors may overlook some of the damage and still pay more for the coin. This is because genuine mint errors are collected separately from standard circulation coins. But it is important to understand that not every odd-looking mark is an error. Most damage happens after the coin leaves the mint, and only trained collectors or grading services can confirm a real mint error. If you find a 1957D penny with a strange mark, unusual shape, or odd raised line, you can compare it to known errors online or ask a professional dealer before assuming it is valuable. One of the most common questions is whether cleaning a damaged coin can increase its value. The answer is always no. Cleaning a coin almost always reduces its value. Even if the coin looks better to the untrained eye, collectors look at original luster and surface texture very closely. A cleaned coin loses its natural appearance and becomes less desirable. If a coin already shows damage, cleaning can make it even more obvious. Instead of restoring value, cleaning actually destroys more of it. So experts always recommend leaving the coin exactly as it is. If you are trying to sell or evaluate a damaged 1957 penny today, the best way to understand its price is to compare it to similar sold listings online. Look at other damaged coins, not perfect ones, because the perfect examples can sell for much higher amounts that a damaged coin will never reach. A realistic expectation helps avoid disappointment. Most damaged 1957 pennies will sell for between 1 cent and a few cents, while lightly damaged examples may reach $1 to $3. And exceptional but still slightly flawed coins might reach a little higher if the right buyer is interested. Next up, the 1920 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark is a notable example of early 20th century American coinage, struck at the Philadelphia Mint as part of the Wheat Cent series, which began in 1909 to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. This coin continues to be highly regarded by collectors for its historical significance and enduring design. Even in fine condition with some scratches, the 1920 penny retains collectible value, offering a clear view of Lincoln's portrait and the wheat ears design while reflecting the coin's history through moderate wear and minor surface imperfections. The fine grade indicates that Lincoln's facial features and hair show wear. Yet the design remains distinct, and the date and inscriptions are fully legible. In 1920, the Philadelphia Mint struck millions of Lincoln cents for general circulation, making the coin widely available. But surviving examples in fine condition are valued for preserving important design details. On the obverse, Abraham Lincoln's profile is recognizable despite wear on the cheek, jaw, and hair. The inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1920 are clear and readable, while the absence of a mint mark confirms the coin's Philadelphia origin. Minor scratches across the surface reflect decades of circulation and handling, contributing to the coin's authenticity and historical narrative. These small marks, while slightly affecting eye appeal, do not significantly impact the collectible value. The extra detail preserved on a fine coin allows collectors to appreciate Victor D. Brenner's original design. Lincoln's facial contours remain evident, and the shape of his hair and coat are still discernible. The scratches and surface wear show that the coin served its purpose in everyday transactions but was handled carefully enough to maintain the integrity of its design. Even with moderate wear, the obverse communicates the artistry and historical importance of the Lincoln Cent series. In today's market, a 1920 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in fine condition with some scratches generally sells for around $100 to $300 depending on the coin's eye appeal, clarity of the date, and severity of surface scratches. Coins with sharper details and more attractive surfaces may command higher prices, while those with heavier scratches or more pronounced wear may be closer to the lower end of this range, although not considered rare. This coin remains significant for collectors seeking to build a Philadelphia minted Lincoln Cent series or study early Lincoln wheat pennies. Collectors are advised not to attempt cleaning this coin to remove scratches, as improper cleaning can damage the surface, remove natural patina, and lower its collectible value. Coins in their original, unaltered state are preferred because the wear and minor scratches reflect authentic use and historical circulation. The scratches on this 1920 penny add character, telling a story of its decades-long journey through commerce and handling, which enhances its appeal and narrative for collectors. The historical context of the 1920 penny adds to its significance. Circulating shortly after World War I, this coin was part of a period of American recovery and economic growth. Pennies like this were used in everyday transactions, from purchasing groceries to public transportation and saving small amounts in jars. The fine condition of this coin suggests it was moderately circulated, but preserved well enough to retain important design details, providing collectors with a tangible link to early 20th century American life. This coin is also valued for its educational significance. A 1920 penny in fine condition with scratches demonstrates how circulation affects coins over time, as well as the grading standards used to evaluate wear and detail. It provides collectors with a clear example of Lincoln's portrait, the wheat ear design, and the importance of mint marks. Even with scratches, the coin offers sufficient detail for study, display, and reference, making it both instructive and collectible. Next up, 1945 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark is a remarkable example of mid-20th century American coinage. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint during the final year of World War II, even in damaged condition with some scratches. This coin remains a collectible item for numismatists because it reflects both the history of its era and the enduring design of the Lincoln cent series. The damaged grade indicates significant wear, surface issues, and possibly bends or corrosion. But despite these imperfections, the essential features of Lincoln's portrait, the date and inscriptions, are still discernible, allowing collectors to identify and study the coin. The Philadelphia Mint produced millions of Lincoln cents in 1945 to meet post-war circulation demands, and while most examples are common, coins that have survived in any collectible condition, even damaged, hold value. On the obverse, Lincoln's profile is heavily worn, with flattened features on the cheek, jawline, and hair. The inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1945 are visible, but show signs of wear and surface deterioration. Minor scratches and other marks from circulation or handling are present across the coin's surface, and additional damage may include discoloration or light corrosion. While the coin shows significant wear, it still serves as a tangible connection to the historical period and the Lincoln wheat penny series. Despite the damage, the obverse retains enough detail to appreciate Victor D. Brenner's original design. Lincoln's silhouette is still recognizable, and the date remains legible, allowing the coin to be classified and studied by collectors. The scratches and surface marks reflect the coin's long life in circulation, telling a story of decades of use in everyday American commerce. These imperfections, while reducing the coin's market value, enhance its historical character and authenticity in today's market. A 1945 Lincoln wheat penny without mint mark in damaged condition with some scratches generally sells for around $10,000. Depending on the severity of the damage and remaining clarity of the date and inscriptions. Coins with slightly less damage or better eye appeal may fetch the higher end of this range, while heavily corroded or severely scratched examples may sell for only nominal value. While its monetary worth is modest, the coin is still valued for its historical significance and as part of a complete Philadelphia wheat penny collection, particularly for collectors who focus on acquiring examples from each year of the series. Regardless of condition, it is essential not to attempt cleaning or repairing the coin, as improper methods can further damage the surface, remove original patina, or worsen existing scratches. Collectors generally prefer coins in their natural, unaltered state because even damaged coins convey an authentic history and story. The scratches, dents, and discoloration on this 1945 penny reflect its journey through everyday transactions, providing a tangible connection to American life during and after World War. The historical context of the 1945 penny enhances its collectible appeal. Circulating at the end of World War II, this coin was part of the daily economy. Used for groceries, transportation, savings, and small purchases in a time of significant social and economic change. The damaged condition of the coin suggests that it saw heavy use, possibly being carried in pockets, exchanged frequently, or exposed to the elements. Yet it survived over 75 years to reach collectors today. Its imperfections tell a story of resilience and the real-life circulation of everyday money in mid-20th century America. Collectors also appreciate the educational aspect of this coin. A 1945 penny in damaged condition with scratches provides insight into the effects of circulation and handling on coins, grading standards, and the distinction between mint marks and Philadelphia issues. Even damaged coins allow beginners and experienced collectors alike to study Lincoln's portrait, the wheat ear design, and historical minting techniques, demonstrating the practical and historical value that coins retain regardless of condition. Next up, the 1934 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark is an important example of early 20th century American coinage, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, part of the wheat cent series introduced in 1909 to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. This coin continues to hold historical and collectible significance, even in very fine condition with some scratches. The 1934 penny retains much of its original detail, making it highly desirable for collectors. The very fine grade indicates that Lincoln's facial features, hair and coats show only moderate wear, while the inscriptions and date are clearly visible. Minor scratches across the surface are present, but do not diminish the coin's overall appeal or authenticity, allowing it to serve as both a collectible and an educational piece. In 1934, the Philadelphia Mint produced a substantial number of Lincoln cents, making them widely available. However, coins that have survived in very fine condition are appreciated for maintaining a higher level of detail, preserving the artistry of Victor D. Brenner's design. On the obverse, Lincoln's profile is well defined, with clear contours along the cheek, jawline, and hair. The inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1934 remain legible and distinct. The absence of a mint mark confirms the Philadelphia origin. Light scratches and minor surface marks are typical for coins that have circulated for decades, adding character while reflecting the coin's long history of use. In today's market, a 1934 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in very fine condition, with some scratches, generally sells for around $1.50 to $4, depending on the coin's eye appeal, the clarity of the date, and the severity of surface scratches. Coins with sharper details, cleaner surfaces, or more appealing toning may command higher prices, while those with heavier scratches or more noticeable wear may sell closer to the lower end of this range. Although the coin is relatively common, its historical context and very fine grade make it a valuable addition to a Lincoln wheat penny collection, particularly for collectors seeking to complete Philadelphia Minted series. Collectors are advised not to attempt cleaning the coin, even with minor scratches, as improper methods can damage the surface, remove natural patina, and reduce its collectible value. Coins in their original, unaltered state are preferred because the wear and minor scratches reflect genuine circulation and enhance the historical narrative. The scratches on this 1934 penny add character, telling a story of decades of handling and everyday use, which makes the coin more meaningful for collectors and historians alike. The historical context of the 1934 penny adds to its significance. Circulating during the Great Depression, this coin was part of the daily economy when pennies were crucial for small purchases, savings, and commerce. The very fine condition suggests that it was carefully circulated, preserving much of its design despite the challenges of the era. Pennies like this one allow collectors to connect directly to the social and economic life of 1930s America, providing a tangible link to a pivotal period in U.S. history. The 1934 Lincoln penny also offers educational value. Coins in very fine condition with some scratches demonstrate how circulation affects coin surfaces over time and provide clear examples for studying coin grading, minting techniques, and the importance of mint marks. Even with minor surface marks, the coin presents an excellent reference for Lincoln's portrait. the wheat ear design, and the characteristics of Philadelphia minted pennies, making it both instructive and collectible overall. The 1934 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark, in very fine condition with some scratches, is a historically significant and desirable coin. Its current market value generally ranges from $550 to $800, reflecting its grade, age, and Philadelphia mintage. Despite minor scratches and moderate wear, the coin retains essential design features and offers a tangible connection to early 20th century America and the enduring legacy of Abraham Lincoln on U.S. currency. Next up, the 1944 Lincoln wheat penny with an S. Mint mark is an important piece of mid-20th century American coinage, struck at the San Francisco Mint during the final years of World War II, even in fine condition with some scratches. This coin retains collectible value due to its historical significance, distinctive mint mark, and the enduring design of the Lincoln Cent series. The fine grade indicates that Lincoln's facial features and the wheat ears are moderately worn, while the inscriptions and date remain fully legible. Minor scratches are present but do not obscure essential details, allowing collectors to appreciate both the design and the history of the coin. The San Francisco Mint produced fewer coins than Philadelphia or Denver in 1944, making examples with an S mint mark slightly more sought after by collectors. On the obverse, Lincoln's profile is clearly recognizable, although wear has softened the high points of his cheek, jawline, and hair. The inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1944 are visible and readable. The S mint mark below the date confirms its San Francisco origin and adds a layer of interest for collectors who focus on mint-specific variations. Light scratches across the coin's surface are typical for a coin of this age that has been in circulation, and they contribute to the coin's authenticity while providing insight into its use in daily commerce. Despite moderate wear, the obverse retains enough detail to show the quality of Victor D. Brenner's original design. Lincoln's silhouette and features are still identifiable, making it possible to study the artistry of the coin. The scratches and minor surface marks reflect years of circulation, showing that this coin was a part of everyday transactions, carried in pockets, exchanged in shops, and handled over decades. These imperfections do not diminish the coin's historical importance. Rather, they tell the story of its long journey through mid-20th century America. The reverse features the iconic wheat ears design, with two stalks framing the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America and E pluribus un along the top. In fine condition, the wheat stalks are moderately worn, with some flattening of the finer details of the grains, but the overall design remains clear. Scratches present on the reverse are typical for circulated coins and do not obscure the inscriptions or the central design. This combination of moderate wear and preserved detail makes the 1944's penny an excellent example of a circulated coin that still maintains both aesthetic appeal and historical integrity. In today's market, a 1944 Lincoln wheat penny with an S mint mark in fine condition with some scratches generally sells for around $750 to $900, depending on the eye appeal, clarity of the date and mint mark, and extent of surface scratches. Coins with sharper details or less noticeable marks may command higher prices, while those with heavier scratches or more pronounced wear tend to fall closer to the lower end of this range. While the coin is not exceedingly rare, the S mint mark and the fine grade make it a collectible piece for those looking to complete a mint-specific series or study variations. Within the Lincoln wheat penny collection, collectors are advised not to attempt cleaning this coin, even to remove minor scratches, as improper cleaning can damage the surface, remove natural patina, and reduce its value. Coins in their original, unaltered state are preferred because scratches, wear, and other imperfections reflect genuine circulation, history, and authenticity. The scratches on this 1944 penny contribute to its character, telling a story of decades of handling while preserving its historical and numismatic relevance. The historical context of this coin adds to its appeal, circulating during the later years of World War II. The 1944 penny was part of the daily economy in a time of rationing, wartime production, and social change. Pennies like this were used for small transactions, savings, and commerce, providing an everyday link to the experiences of Americans during a significant historical period. The fine condition suggests it was circulated but cared for enough to retain most of its design, providing collectors with a tangible connection to life in the 1940s. Collectors also find institutional value in coins like this. A 1944 penny in fine condition with scratches demonstrates the effects of circulation on coin surfaces, the significance of mint marks, and how grading affects market value. Even with minor scratches, the coin provides clear examples of Lincoln's portrait, the wheat ears design, and mid-century minting techniques. It offers both beginners and experienced collectors an opportunity to study design, history, and preservation within a single example. Overall, the 1944 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny with an S mint mark in fine condition with some scratches is a historically significant and collectible coin. Its current market value generally ranges from $1,000 to $2,000, reflecting its grade, moderate wear, and San Francisco mintage. Despite minor scratches, the coin retains essential design elements and offers a tangible connection to wartime, America, and the enduring legacy of Abraham Lincoln on U.S. currency. Even circulated examples like this one continue to be appreciated for their historical, educational, and collectible significance, making them a meaningful addition to any Lincoln wheat penny collection.